darling. Welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Tenicka. My channel focuses on fashion and travel and beauty and all the things. In today's video, though, I'm doing a closet confessions. Let's talk about young women in relationships in general. This is probably going to be like a multiple part series, but I want to specifically talk about, let me get my cotton pads. I need to get a container for these Shiseido cotton pads. These are the best cotton pads in the game, okay? And I'm getting a little Ole Henriksen. I'm almost at the bottom. Oh, this is like one of my favorite toners of all time. So I wanted to talk about, there's a conversation happening on TikTok, started by a creator who I love. She's such an amazing person. And she just talks about, as a black woman, what she will and won't accept in a relationship and what she prefers. Now, to give you context, this young lady is like 22 years old. She graduated from Columbia. She's beautiful. She's meeting all the beauty standards. She has access to resources. And she's essentially saying that she is limiting her dating pool to men who are in her economic class or above. And I'm going out on a limb and saying it's upper middle class. So she, like me, has acknowledged that she was born working class, or I don't know if she says poor or what the language is, but not the class that she finds herself in now. There are a number of other college educated, primarily black girls and black women who have got online and said similar things in recent days, but also I've noticed this conversation happening over the course of a few months. And I just want to provide my little 2 cents. First of all, I support the message. I support more black women and girls saying that these are the things I prefer in a relationship. These are the things that will make me feel safe and secure. Given that, yes, love is wonderful, but love does not pay the bills. And also, we live in a society where, like, needs need to be met. Hello? Needs need to be met. Period. So, in case you're new here, you may not know, but I travel a tremendous amount, and I keep some of my favorite skincare items in this. Oh, I have a hair everywhere, but in this, like, Say Beauty thing. And, yeah, so I'm pulling some of my skincare from here because some of this I'm out of, and I actually need to purchase a second one. Come on, excessive. But let me just say this. I think that a lot of people who are having the conversation about these young girls, oh, I'm running out of my Codelay. They literally are doing it so that they can basically say that these black women are elitist and academic, elitist and classist and all these things. And I think there is probably some truth to that. But most of these young black women are, it's not necessarily innovative what they're saying. Like, there's been genres and generations of black women, women in general, who have spoken out and said that they desire a certain lifestyle and they want to marry a man, be with a man, partner with someone who is within that lifestyle. Totally, like, not new and not a brand new conversation. What I think is new is that we're wrestling publicly in a more robust way with some of these ideas, and some of the same tropes are going to come out. People are going to say these women want to be white women, these women don't want to marry a black man because of the statistics. Statistically, people in America in general don't make X amount, right? Like, there's only so many people in the top 10% economically, then you cut that down for numbers, you cut that down for height, you cut that down for degrees, you cut that down in so many ways, and you limit your dating pool. But that's the point. Hello. They are trying to limit their dating pool. They're not out here trying to date every single person and give every single man, you know, a chance. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it can become a problem when we as a society adopt it as a norm that we should start judging people based on their, you know, class and their academic education. We know that people do that. We know that obviously this is systemic. We don't want to disregard that. But I think there is nothing wrong with women who, especially women who grew up poor, who are saying that I do not want to support a man. That is not my lot in life. What is wrong with saying that? That I choose not to be Big Mama. Some of y'all want black women to be Big Mama so bad. Y'all want black women to be big money. Y'all want black women to be the ones that are the consistent and reliable providers in their relationship, when we have so many examples of that already. We don't need more. We really don't. It's done. But like, y'all really in your heart and soul, you want and need black women and girls to be out here suffering on the stake of partnership and love financially. You need it. You need it in order to feel good about yourselves. Some of the men and these trolls in the comment section, they need that to happen. Now, if your man falls on hard times, or like you decide you want to marry for love and like, you know, whatever, nobody's saying that you need to be with a rich man. Some of these girls on the internet are TikTok faves. They are saying that what they want specifically is a man who's economically stable. Separate, but also a part of that conversation, are black girls saying that they want a man who is academically at a certain level. So a bachelor's degree or master's degree, etc. Let me cut to the chase. I don't think there's anything wrong with a black girl who grew up poor, who now has a master's degree, saying that she wants a man to have at least a bachelor's degree. Some of y'all have never sat across the table from a grown adult 30-year-old man who can't use a knife and a fork, who's never been outside the county in which he lives, and you pull out $25 and a Chanel wallet on a chain, and that man calls you big money. Some of y'all have never been in that type of situation. You've never been across the table from that type of man, and it shows. That's why you want these girls to settle for the kind of man that you would give a chance, maybe because he's a beautiful man to you physically, because he's checking off your 6'2" box, because he's got your beard that you want, because he has the skin complexion that you desire in a relationship, because he's giving you the kind of masculinity and the things that you want in a relationship. It's nothing wrong with that. We should not judge those type of women either. But what I'm saying is, these girls are saying that is simply not enough for them. What's wrong with it? Hello? Now, the truth is, everybody won't be able to have those kinds of choices because of pretty privilege, desirability politics. There are so many things at play. And I love that women are saying, you know, if those are not my choices and lot in life, because I am unlucky in this like random beauty hierarchy, and this is the type of man I specifically want, and if I don't get that man with these type of credentials, I choose not to partner. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What is wrong with it? And some of the women are saying, well, men have preferences too, and people don't come down on the men for having preferences. I do, and I do because I think that some of these men's preferences are rooted in colorism, which is a little stepsister to racism. And so, yes, I know for some people, classism and racism and academic elitism can't be separated. And I think that's a conversation for an academic essayist here online somewhere. I'm sure they're going to get a hold to it and start, you know, talking about it from the ivory tower. I support it, and I'll probably watch the video. But I think in reality, we often have different needs that need to be met. My story is really simple. I grew up poor. I was traumatized by poverty. I don't care if I never experience it again. And I did not want to experience it with a man. Now, what we know is true is that many times you can be in a relationship with a middle-class man. You can mitigate your risks in so many ways. You can find a man who you believe is middle class or upper middle class with potential. Something can happen to that man. Nobody's talking to you. Get out your feelings. You can marry a man, be with a man who is middle class. He falls on hard times. You have to pick up the slack. Marriage is a spectrum. Michelle, Barack Obama, etc. Nobody's talking to you. Get out your feelings. But I do think that There is nothing wrong with having a valid conversation saying that I don't want to be Big Mama. I'm not Big Mama. I'm not big money. You cannot come to me for a couple of dollars. That's not my lot in life. It's not my lot in life. It's not my lot in life. It's not my lot in life. And you girls want it to be every black woman's lot in life. And that's just not what it is. That's what you want. You want it. You desire it. You need it to feel good about yourself in your life. Let me open this new Makeup Forever while I'm talking. Child, they need it so bad. They want it so bad. Every black woman's story to be, I pay for a man. Like, girl, no. Women who marry for love and, you know, not financial stability, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's the vast majority of women. I don't think it's a us versus them. I don't think it's either or. I know so many women who just by virtue of their jobs and their partners' jobs make more than their partners. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think what these young black girls are saying is that I don't want to be with a man when I am trying to go to Marrakesh and that man can't find Marrakesh on a map, don't have any interest in going to Marrakesh, and can't even pay for his half of the ticket. And y'all are acting like somehow their soulmate, they're missing out on their soulmate. Girl, what? Y'all don't make sense. And it bothers me. The financial realities of black men in America, it's unfortunate. But it also doesn't have to be the financial reality of an upwardly mobile, financially stable black woman. I say this to a lot of women. Especially women in their 30s, especially, I believe, this is my opinion. Now, here's my disclaimer. If you want to take advice from a person who's been in a relationship longer than Facebook has been around, where her husband, I don't know nothing about the dating apps, like, that's on you. That's my disclaimer. This is not advice, but this is what I believe to be true. It's anecdotal. It's not deeply rooted in fact, okay? It is a Tenicka opinion. I'm of the belief that you can play around a little bit in your 20s if you're upwardly mobile with men. You know, this is very heteronormative, but with men of all, you know, stripes, and, you know, you might can finagle with a drug boy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You might could have fun on the back of a motorcycle with someone who's an artist and a little unstable, if that's your dream life. You know, that might be your thing. That really might be your tea. You know, a party promoter, having fun. It's not as consequential. But I think when you are 35 years old, again, this is my opinion, I think the older you get, the riskier it becomes when it comes to relationships. Especially if you're financially stable. Definitely if you're financially stable. The risk is very high. Why would you risk your savings account, your 401k, for a man that doesn't have any resources? He brings no resources to the table. So here you are, the breadwinner. And what if that man decides to cheat on you? Even a prenup can't help you. If that man don't got no income. If he's making $30,000 and you're making $300,000, sister, you're paying that man who just cheated on you. You're paying him. Mary J. Blige, hello. Okay, Sherry Shepherd. Like, it is very risky. It is very, very risky to be financially responsible in this economy for a man. I'm sorry. Argue amongst yourselves. I think it's so weird that some of y'all get on the internet and talk so bad about women who are mothers and they're financially responsible for their kids, and y'all are sitting around being financially responsible for a man. You don't want to have a kid because you have a kid. Hello? This is your bill. Girl, bye. He buying you gifts with your money. He paying for dinners with your credit card. But somehow y'all mad at the young girls for choosing a different life. Did our mothers not toil the earth? Okay? Did our mothers not have to get up at sunrise and work next to their partners every single day to do what needed to be done? Did they not pay the price already? Okay? The bride price has been paid. Amen? And y'all said, no, it's not enough. I want a man to take care of. Girl, I would die. Girl, if my daughter came home, I would, first of all, that's not going to happen because she doesn't have any money to take care of herself. So, you think I'm taking care of you and your man? Oh, the audacity. I mean, I don't know. Some women may take pride in that. I don't. I would strongly prefer it to not be me, dear God. I would strongly prefer. I have some financial trauma. Like, I personally am not invested in the big mama life. And I don't know why y'all want the young girls. I don't know why y'all want the 20-year-olds to, like, pay for men and go on dates and, you know, have to pay for the dinner and cash app the man and have the house for the men. These men don't even have mattresses. They barely have clean underwear. And you want this woman who has a master's degree or a law degree with a great job, multiple six figures, a 401k, a beautiful car, vacation around the world to say, yes, yes, love is all that matters. Are you sure about that? Are you saying that to white girls? I don't think so. I know you're not. You only have that expectation of black girls. You only have the expectation of black girls. Like, y'all just wanted an opportunity to attack these girls. And y'all were looking for an ism. And yes, it's classism, it's elitism. But, you know, it's the kind that I can support. And it's the kind that I can condone. I can condone it. In this form, I can condone it. Because our foremothers, unfortunately, our foremothers have paid the price. Our foremothers, they have been ride or die girls. We love them so much. But they have been ride or die girls and they have paid the price. We don't have to now pay it again. We don't have to pay it double. We don't. Not for love, we don't. Some of y'all getting y'all feelings because y'all think people are talking about everyday middle class folks who work for their money. Like, that is the case for so many of us. Even I get, you know, I'm halfway joking. I get on the internet and I joke and I laugh and I cackle. But at the end of the day, I don't have Jeff Bezos money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Warren Buffett. Like, I'm not doing Oprah number. You know what I mean? Like, let's touch some grass. But what I am saying is that to have a class disparity so wide is one of the most jarring, challenging things. I've never experienced it firsthand, but I have seen it. I have dabbled in it when, you know, my very short dating life, right? And I'm talking about someone that was poor but upwardly mobile, and the gap is so wide, and you're like, I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with this person? No. It's impossible. It is impossible. And people underestimate how much we self-segregate as a society economically. They underestimate that. I'll give you an example. Are you ready? I was working out on Tuesday, the other day, and I was coming from the gym, and this man was trying to talk to me, and he was standing on a street corner. And I was paying him dust, as I do, dust and debris, because I have nothing to say to you, sir. Not only am I married, and I don't feel like I have to use that every single day as an excuse. I need to be able to say no, and that be the end of it, but usually that isn't. We recognize the world that we unfortunately live in as women. And then this man said, out of nowhere, and that's what's wrong with y'all gold diggers. He said, you don't want to come live with me? What's wrong with where I live? Sir, you are unhoused. Hello? You are you not embarrassed? I see you out here every single day. And in some of your very interesting states of intoxication at the minimum and mental challenges, I have had to give you money and you really out here trying to talk to me. Now, this is just a random example and obviously not, you know, a prime example, but it just goes to show the audacity of men. They think they should access women and they are unhoused. You do not, your priorities are messed up. You need to focus on transitional housing. Hello? You need to focus on Section 8. You need to be focusing on these programs around the city to reduce housing insecurity. You are facing housing insecurity and you're looking for a woman right now. I'm not saying if you're poor and you're facing housing insecurity, you should not be in love. You should not experience love, all the things. I'm sure there's a love story going to come out somewhere with some housing insecurity issue. I'm sure. But it is not with me and it's not today. Not only because I'm not available, but because it's audacity. What makes you think that I was going to join you on the curb in a love story? Quickly now, sir. Yeah, but that's what it gives. That's what these men expect. That's what these men expect. They expect that. That's a drastic example, but this man's calling me a gold digger. Sir, where is the gold? You have no gold. You have no silver. You have no bronze. You have no nickel. You have no tin. All you possibly have is some aluminum cans that you stole probably from out in front of my house. Oh, Lord, I done made the man a thief. Well, that wasn't very kind, trying to tie unhousedness to theft, because that's not very true. As a formerly unhoused youth myself, that is not the case. But you know what I mean. This man, I mean, this is audacity. It doesn't matter what their lot is in life. They feel entitled to any woman that they deem beautiful. It does not matter if they are unhoused, if they are underemployed. It doesn't matter if they want access to that woman. It's the Nicki Minaj effect. It's the Nicki Minaj. They don't care what their lot is in life. They feel like they can get access to you. And that's just, I don't think there's anything wrong with some women saying, yeah, but not me. Oh, that's way too much blush. I should have thought twice about this orange. My face is giving a little too, it's giving a little too warm. Yeah, we need to cool that down, sister. Cool it down. Yes. Okay. We need to cool her down because she's giving a lot right now. Let me spray and see if this will set a little bit of benign. Oh, I opened my eyes on that mint. When that mint get in your eye. I had to put these lashes on, honey. Here's the thing. I'm not much into hypergamy content, into like, let me show you how to go sit in a Delta Sky Club and land a millionaire and a billionaire. Like, I'm not selling e-courses on, you know, I think that's a little cringy for me. But what I will say is I support young women who grew up poor, who are saying, I want a man with a little bit of education and access to a little bit of resources, have a little bit of money, because I am saying no to the big mama lifestyle. I support that message. I support it. Is that the only way to love? No. Is that the best way to love? No. But I think it's important to understand who you are, what you intend on having in your lifetime, the type of sacrifices that you want to make, the type of security that you want to have. There are men not articulating this, but they're making these kind of decisions every day. They choose to be with women in their social circle who are economically stable, who are this, who are that. That is what they want for their lives. That's what they want for their future kids. That's what they want for, you know, generations to come. And I think there can be an intellectual academic conversation around why doing that in mass may not necessarily be statistically realistic and accessible for a lot of women. That's a valid conversation. But for the small group of black girls who are saying that online, what's the beef? What's the beef? I think also, if I'm being honest, one of the reasons this really resonates with me is because I am a mom, and I want these kinds of realities for my daughter. Like, I worked really hard to get to a place where I am economically and financially stable in my life. God willing, that will continue. And same is true for my husband, though he came from a more financially stable family than I did. And I just don't want to see those gains being lost, right? Like, I just don't want her. Listen, we've all unfortunately seen a social worker, a police officer, a nurse, a teacher, a social worker. Listen, they will risk it all for a dope boy. We've all, listen. No judgment. You might have had a fun time. But I just don't want to see my daughter go out like that. And I would be remiss if I didn't, you know, say something in support. Because I think it's important. What lip is this? Cream cup. Baby, old school Mac. It's old school Mac for me. I don't care what you girls say. Mac. I just need me a gloss. And I got a gloss. Don't worry. That's very juicy. Oh, this lip combo. Yeah. It's the lip combo for me. I need to add some mascara. And I'm going to run a couple of errands. I'm going to go to Blank Street Coffee to get Melissa Wardrobe. She's a UK creator. I love her content, and she did a collaboration with Blank Street, so I'm going to scooch on down there. Speaking of rich moms, hello. That's how you do it. Now, if you like this kind of content, please comment, please subscribe, and hit the bell notification. I would love to know what you think. What do you think about some of these black girls choosing and saying, listen, I want to self-segregate economically, academically, maybe financially in this kind of way. I may have dibbled and dabbled, but now I want to be serious, and this is the kind of partner that I want. I would love to know your thoughts. Do I have a blind spot? You know, is this not necessarily fair? Are they singling out black men and not really saying it? Y'all let me know. I would love to know your thoughts. Or are you team Big Mama? Are you team Big Mama? Are you Big Mama? Are you going to be paying for this man from now until eternity? Because the loving is that good and you don't mind being the number one provider forever. Now, here's the thing. The truth is that most of us will fall in the middle. Most of us will fall in the middle. Most of us will be Michelle, Barack, you know, ebbs and flows. He might make more. You might make more. Y'all both are solidly middle class. I don't know why folks in the middle are in their feelings about this situation. It is the extremes that this conversation is really centered around. And I would love to know your thoughts on that. I would love to know. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm in the mainstream of thought here. If I'm not, don't cancel me. Okay, love you. Bye.